like a toasted porcelain.
Toasted porcelain, that sounded quite... that sounded quite something, yeah.
Who's the boy?
That was... Then what else did we have? No, John just smoke oxtail.
Smoke oxtail, yes. Oxtail, yes.
No, oxtail.
Oxtail, oh yes, we've done that one.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we had that with Maggie.
There's this Hungarian lady who's next door.
Yeah.
And she used to get on the telephone and start swearing like that. All that sort of stuff. Not real Hungarian. She would say. So, we saw in the elevator and sort of introduced ourselves. I think, there's some pretty amazing aromas coming out of your place. We'll be cooking. She said, I'm just cooking this and cooking that. Oh, yeah. So I said, Chuck, you're going to have Choco.
I would have picked some other man.
John, I'm surprised you didn't arrange it with your mother, because you've arranged everything else very nicely.
See, Choco, you come here, you meet all these Aussies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aussies. Wait, excuse me?
One.
He's a unique...
One.
Are you the only
You came here to meet an Aussie.
He's the only Aussie here.
He
Yeah.
was born here.
He was born
and
here.
their parents
To Evan.
born here.
Really? Well, you really are
And their
something.
parents all
Okay.
convicts.
Thank you for making it the country we've come to.
Yeah.
Frank, I'll show you authentic Australian walk. That's authentic Australian walk. And only Australians can do
I
it.
came,
Got
the
all.
culture was in
What more do you
racing,
want?
harness racing, dog racing,
Horse
racing, and of course rugby league.
What year did you come out here?
Rugby, 1948, March, 3rd of March 1948.
Oh, yeah.
You were here before. Yeah.
They did it before us
So a
even.
lot of things have changed, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot of things been.
But,
Ben Chifley was
But I-
Prime Minister.
Yes, just after Chifley.
yeah,
he
yeah.
was.
Oh, for 48 minutes.
I remember the coal strike.
Yeah, a coal strike.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
There was a...
That just about brought the nation to its knees.
The army came
Yeah,
in,
army came, yeah.
which
Yeah.
was very strange, being a
The Labour
Labour
government.
government
Yeah.
to do that.
Well,
The government must have changed
Oh,
because when they came in 49, it was Menzies, wasn't it?
Yes.
It just changed. It just changed.
yeah.
Because we got here on the 6th of
Yeah.
June.
It was for
49.
20
Yeah.
years
And you
or
come in
so.
money of 56,
Prime
56,
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
80.
Who dies the younger?
There was quite an interesting documentary on Menzies a few weeks ago. Did you see it?
No.
It was really funny. He was treated by Churchill like a heap of shit.
Well, he was
He
very,
was.
he was very
He-
much for England and
Very
went there
much
thinking
so.
he could sort of help Churchill win the war.
Also, they called him Pig Iron Menzies because he was delivering iron to Japan.
Yeah.
No, it was
But
That
it
was
was
39
a short
years.
time.
that was just a bit
It's a
of
short
propaganda,
time.
sort of, you know.
Pig iron Bob, huh?
Yeah,
Big on
because
Bob.
he was selling scrap iron before the war. So you
Yeah.
know, how would you know what was going to happen? You know.
But he had
To
a
the
name
enemies,
like that.
to the enemies, that's exactly what we are doing today.
He was a direct enemy that when he was selling it.
No, but the
It was before the war that he was selling that stuff.
Yeah, and the
So
unions
direct enemies.
tried
yeah.
to block it on the walls.
You know, that was propaganda. of course.
Yeah, well, we are selling.
John was in his bedroom listening to the lady next door on the
That's when you're flatting. That's when you're flatting at Raritan, yes.
The walls were very thin, This Hungarian lady thought that she was could say what she liked, no one would know what she was saying. So anyway, John comes out and he says, "You wouldn't believe what she was saying." So he told me all those Hungarian swear words, which I still remember. Like Buzz Mega Kitschke and what was the other one? Cap
You still
Sturod.
remember that, yeah? Kapsturov. She's got a fantastic memory.
Lolopos Falagaba.
Don't tell that to anybody who can understand Hungarian.
I'm sure
Thank-
that were a lot
thank
of
you, Evan.
stories we will never hear about.
I think I'm
A
safe
lot of
with that one.
stories.
Okay.
I didn't know much on him when he was young, all these fun story he did when he was young, I knew him when he was already serious. He's Maggie, and it's very difficult. I don't have much stories at all.
Didn't you know me before?
No,
Yeah?
no. I met you for the first
Because
time.
Joe knew me.
I
before.
met you. I just one story is, John sold me a modem, which was about 10 years obsolete, I bought it of it because I knew absolutely nothing about modems.
And he introduced you to modems.
Yeah, but he bought a new one, and sold me a modem, which is absolutely obsolete.
Well, it changed your life, didn't it?
Yeah, it changed my life.
Thank you, thank you. It's on? Yeah, you're on.
Yeah, I remember one day we were sitting here and drinking wine, and accidentally
I knew what he
I was working and I said to Jana, buy 2 bottles of
I
wine.
knew you were going to say that.
And Jana bought just fruit bottles in supermarket, not alcoholic wine. And when I saw this here, it's not alcoholic. I said, hide this wine, hide this wine. A little bit later, everyone was pissed. I said, open this wine. We opened it, and John said, how fruity is this wine? How nice is this wine? It was not alcoholic wine.
It was straight from the supermarket.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Go on.
Yes, I remember the good times with John we had when we used to Saturday mornings in Lancome National Park, and that were good times through the nice forest and whatever we had, and I remember those times very well.
The times you went for a walk with John.
Well, John, in the early mornings on
Yes,
Saturday mornings,
yes.
we used to have a walk,
Lovely.
talk, and
5 o'clock in the morning.
talk about the women we used to have,
Say hello to
wanted
you.
to have. And yeah, they were good times.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you.
That many, and it's
About
kind of
television.
bewildering. I can't think of any distinct one, but there's been actually fun knowing him all these years. From the first time and every drink we ever had. Remember the bottle of tequila once? Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Knocked out bottle of tequila once between the two of us. That was memorable time.
You remember all the happy drinking times?
Well, some of them, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It was good.
There can't be too many unhappy ones.
No, they were all happy.
Okay.
They were always happy.
Good. Thank you. John, you'd like a right of reply to any of them?
Yes, I would like to reply that all these stories you had before were absolute invention, and I wouldn't believe a thing.
And you never heard of tequila.
I've got another one.
Okay. You're on.
John invents things.
He
He used
does.
to like inventing things.
He does.
Australia's invention was to try and keep cats off the pot plants. So he had this incredible invention where he could detect a cat on the pot plant and it would play a recording. So here was John up all night making this recording. Woof, woof, woof. So as soon as a cat gets on the pot plant, it would trigger this thing and hear John saying, woof, woof, woof. I don't know if it worked or not. But that's one of the wildest inventions I've heard.
When I was flirting with Wendy next to Joey.
Japanese most useless invention. And John didn't particularly like cats, and the cat weeded his shoe.
Oh,
Okay.
the dog crapped in his
Oh,
Why I was saying in the past tense.
John, sit down for a moment, please. Tell us about the story in Thredbo where you lost your keys to the Renault. You remember Thredbo is a ski resort?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And John lost his keys in the snow. Tell us what happened next.
Well,
Somebody put your toothpicks in.
I had the car key
We don't want
in
toothpicks.
the right pocket,
Put them in.
and there was a tiny little hole in the pocket. And there was a tiny little hole in the corner of my parka on the left-hand side. And through the skiing trip, that key traveled all the way, fell through the hole in the pocket, traveled all around there, and fell out from the tiny little hole on the left-hand side. And I had that time a Renault which had a steering lock, but luckily wasn't built in like today. It was just a metal strip welded on with the steering lock, hang on to it. Now, I still have somewhere a photo of, first we had to go and open the car. So I had a coat hanger, and it took me about 20 minutes before I managed to hook that conically shaped button which was sticking out there, trying to sort of lift it up. And finally I got the hook into the proper position to lift it up, and I pulled on it, and suddenly crack, and the coat hanger broke in that section. So we had to bend it again and go through it. So it took about an hour. And next thing I had to borrow a chisel and a hammer from the local garage in Threadbow, which is still there today. And we were parked just outside it, so I was going bang, bang, bang. And I knocked off the whole thing, and then I had to jump the cables, and finally we made it home.
Without the police coming to see what you were doing.
Nobody called the police. No, that was a real lucky. How did you know about that one?
No coffee.
Neil,
The white, please. Yeah.
Irish?
driving on the left goes back to Roman's too, by the way. Actually, before Roman's.
Neil,
Yes.
I have to take a picture of you.
Okay. In a moment.
Yeah. I thought if you weren't doing it, you could have come over to me, but that's all right, you could go,
So,
pay them,
if
please.
you drove on the right side of the road,
Yeah. Yeah.
people walk
Several hours before we leave them at the moment. We used it.
You get a better tape, yeah, the tree tape.
Yes, the Jaws bag, if it's straight out to the fridge, got no taste
No,
at all.
exactly.
Now it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Breeze the same.